Admittedly, a significant portion of the world's population is in debt. In the United States, for example, 8 out of 10 people have some kind of consumer debt, with the average debt in the country at $38,000, not including mortgage debt. If you don't want financial stress to cause you health issues like ulcers, migraines, depression, or even heart attacks, watch this video to learn how to become debt-free. Let's get started. Number 7. Use savings to pay down larger debts. Using part of your hard-earned money to pay off debt at a high interest rate is perfectly acceptable.
For real?
It's a smart move to pay off large debts with cash reserves rather than borrowing more money and accruing interest. With today's record low interest rates, even if you have a little extra cash on hand, it won't do you any good to keep it around. Make sure you don't blow out all of your savings in one go. Make no apologies about using some of your funds to pay down some of your outstanding bills. Also, make no apologies for using your life insurance to acquire debt freedom. Yes, you heard me right. You can benefit from your life insurance while you are alive. How is that possible? Keep watching to find out. Number 6. Negotiate for a lower interest. Negotiating a reduced interest rate may be accomplished by contacting your creditors. As a result of your good payment history and current account status, many lenders are prepared to lower your interest rate. If you've had a solid connection with your lender for some time, you may be eligible for a reduced interest rate. Over the course of a year, you may save some money on interest payments by paying off your debt in this manner. Number 5. Consider cashing in your life insurance. Life insurance is a policy that keeps you poor all your life so that you can die rich. If you have a large amount of debt to pay off, cashing in your life insurance policy may be a good strategy. It may make sense to use the proceeds of a life insurance policy to pay off debt if you're deeply in debt and don't have a spouse or children to whom you may leave the policy's proceeds. There is no way around this if you do not have entire life insurance with a cash value component. A part of the cash value of your whole life insurance policy may be used to pay off debts, while still leaving a portion of the profits to your loved ones in the event of your death. Anyway, do you know what you can also do to also help us in our lifetime? It's subscribing to our channel. Kindly do so for us. If you're still stunned by this, just wait until I tell you that you may be able to minimize the amount of debt you owe by filing for bankruptcy subsequently. Number 4. Make more money. There are several methods you may raise your income and pay off your debts faster if you're really motivated to do so within a few years. Consider strategies to start making extra money for at least a few months and make debt removal a top priority. Whether it's taking on part-time work or negotiating a raise with your employer. Number 3. File for bankruptcy. When everything else fails, consider declaring personal bankruptcy as a final resort. However, in severe cases, such as when you have no income, or if your credit card payments or medical expenditures are utterly overwhelming, a Chapter 7 bankruptcy petition is suitable. You might also look into Chapter 13 bankruptcy if you feel ethically bound to pay back your obligations. After all, this is your right.
You have the right to walk into bankruptcy court and say, listen, I'm in over my head. I need to save my family.
Number 2. Try the debt snowball method. The debt snowball strategy is one of the easiest strategies to get out of debt quickly. You'll use your monthly debt payment money to make minimum payments on all but one of your bills if you use this plan. As a consequence, this loan will be paid off faster than the minimum monthly payment. When that obligation is paid off, you choose a new debt to pay off and reallocate all of the spare income to it. Continue in this manner until all debts have been fully paid off. The additional dollars accumulate over time, but the amount you set aside for debt payments remains constant. Assume you're paying off your obligations with 20% of your monthly salary, or $300. If you owe $50 to one loan, $50 to another, and $200 to the third, you would pay $50 to each. You will pay $50 to one and $250 to the other after the third is paid off. As your obligations are paid off, this strategy accelerates your payments. Number 1. Debt consolidation. You may be able to get out of debt with a balance transfer or debt consolidation. It's a dangerous strategy to use. In many cases, credit card debt transfers come with an upfront fee and a 0% APR introductory period. It's imperative that you pay off the loan before the special rate expires. Consolidating your debts may seem like a smart idea at first, but it may really make things worse. Some people may find it appealing to see their credit cards maxed up and their bank balances in the red. There is a risk of getting into even more debt if you don't make changes to your spending habits and budget. Other options for debt relief are alluring, but they should be avoided at all costs. Good debt should not be swapped for bad.
Borrowing money without knowing how you will repay it and when you will repay it is not a good debt.
Mortgages are a good kind of debt. As a result, you have a place to call home and are able to consistently accrue money over time. It's easy to get into trouble with high-interest credit card debt, and it's even easier to get into trouble with credit card debt in the first place. You may get peace of mind by paying off your obligations. Imagine waking up with no debts. Debt-free persons have a few distinguishing characteristics. If you meet someone who has these characteristics, it's likely that they are debt-free. In any event, you may ask that individual how they got out of debt. Watch our video on attributes of debt-free people to learn more about the attributes I'm talking about.